It's happening, streaming live?
Yeah, started.
Okay. Yeah, okay, thank you. So as I was mentioning that why the purpose of sharing the pictures of the Lord. So these are the pictures, actually, it's a collection from various temples of ISKCON. Some is from Vrindavan or Chennai or, out of India. So it's just Mayapur. So it is just a random collection of photographs from the deities from all over ISKCON. And so I'm still in the process of, collecting more pictures so that 15 minutes of this session that you're attending for chanting, you can focus on the image of the Lord. You can, so that your mind does not get distracted. So it is very important to hear, actually, for people who can hear, we are supposed to hear what we are speaking. But even otherwise, when you're chanting, so if you can keep a picture of the Lord in front of you, then you can have better concentration, and your chanting would be more, the quality of your chanting would be better. So let's begin our week 4 summary. So I hope, I don't know how many of you tried to watch the recording that we had done for the week 3. So let's proceed for week 4. In the last class, we had understood that that by chanting, what happens to our soul. So the soul becomes free from all the sinful reactions, because we have done so many sins in our past life. So slowly, when we chant, we become free from all sinful reaction. And in the last class also, we studied that there are so many yugas, like Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, and Kalyug. So there are different methods which Lord has prescribed. Lord has informed us that there are different methods through which you can reach me, you can understand me. But in Kalyug, all those methods are not possible, because we are not so intelligent. And so what is the easy method Lord has prescribed for us? And that is chanting his name, right? And it is very, very, very lucky. We are all very, very highly blessed that we have all got this human form. We are born as a human being in this life. And so we are not born as a human, as an animal. So we are very fortunate that we are born as a human being, because only in this human body we can try to understand who we are, who is God, and we can try to remove all the sinful reactions, all the sins that we have done in our past life. And also Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, that even if little advancement somebody does, he can begin from the next level in the next birth. So last time I remember Vaishali was asking me this question. So it's a good thing that I have now mentioning it here now. So Vaishali was asking me that she could not understand that how, if somebody has died in this life doing some activities, some good deeds, or some Krishna consciousness, or little bhakti if somebody has done. So how does it happen that it continues in the next birth? So to answer that, let's take an example of suppose you are studying in school, and you have only studied till class 5, right? So what will you do in the next class? You start with your studies with 6th standard, right? You finish till 5, and now you'll be moving to 6. So similarly, in our spiritual life also, this is what Krishna is saying, that suppose you have finished your education in spiritual life, say till class 5, say till 5th standard kind of studies you've already done, then what will you do? In your next birth, you'll move on to 6th. So whatever we have done in this birth, so this is just an example. I'm not saying that spiritual life is class 1, class 2, or class 3, but this is just an example to make you understand that if we have finished our education at one level, then we move on to next higher level in the next birth. So this spiritual education, this bhakti that you all are sitting here and doing, all the chanting that you are doing, it does not go waste. Wherever you have left, you can pick it up from same point, and then you can start progressing in the next birth. Whereas whatever 10th or 12th or college or MA, PhD that you have done, it will all be waste. In your next birth, you have to start all over again from ABCD. But that is not the case in spiritual life. Whatever you have done, that balance will get carry forward. Lord will transfer your balance and you can begin from the next level. So is it clear? Because last time I understood that many people had doubt about this thing, that how, how to understand this. So is it clear? Is it understandable? Has Vaishali understood? Because I remember it was her question last time. She's forgotten. She asked, I think.
He says, Mataji, me? Was it me? I don't know.
Yes, I remember distinctly. Anyway, so it is for the benefit of everybody that I'm clarifying this doubt. So this is a very important point. So people might think that we are wasting our life in doing bhakti. But my dear friends, it is not a waste, because whatever little bit we are doing. So even if you're chanting one round, even if you're chanting just 108 times, don't worry. Krishna has a record of all that. He remembers. And in your next birth, you can begin from 2 rounds or something higher than that. Okay. So this is the main thing that we had learned then in our last class. So let's move on to our week 4. Now, let us all try to understand that suppose you have studied something in, say, 10th standard. And by the time you slowly go to 11th, 12th, and you go to college, so you kind of don't remember so clearly what you learned in 10th standard, right? But if suppose you happen to pick up the book of 10th standard, or if your child asks you a question from that 10th standard book, or say 5th or 6th standard book, suddenly you will remember, oh yes, I read it, right? Although you don't remember it like, with speed, you can't reduce it very accurately. But when you open the book again, you will be able to recall, yes, I studied this. Similarly, our love for Krishna, not for you or me, or only for people who are with ISKCON, or people who are only Krishna conscious, or people who are, other religion. Our scripture says that our love for Krishna, our relationship with Krishna is there in each and every soul. But because we are coming in this world, we are taking birth again and again, we forget this relationship. So it is lying, it is called a word, there is a word called dormant. Dormant means it is there, but it is not active. It is there, that Krishna or Krishna love, Krishna, the connection between Krishna is there in, with all of us, all the souls, starting from an ant to the highest species like we human being. So that connection is there, but we have kind of disconnected that connection. We have kind of forgotten that connection. So what do people in Krishna consciousness do, or what are we trying to preach in ISKCON? We are trying to revive that forgotten memory of Krishna. We are trying to revive our love for Krishna. So the entire process of Krishna consciousness is to revive our love and understanding of Krishna. So is it clear? Are you able to understand? Not just you and me or people who are studying about Krishna, everybody, every living entity, every jeev, even insect, even plants, animals, for everybody, the love for Krishna is lying dormant or inactive. So how do we revive that? How do we make that love, or how do we make that relationship active? By chanting. So when we start chanting, our relationship becomes new again. So are you able to understand? Is it, shall I simplify it further, or have you understood it? Can you give me a yes or no? Okay, Madhura understood. Anybody else? Have people understood? Please say, please react.
Mataji, all their thumbs are up. I guess you're not able to see.
Okay, so I request people to please switch on their videos, no matter whatever condition you're sitting in your house, because I want to see whether you've understood. If Saurav wants to take your reaction, then how will he take your reaction unless the videos are on?
Mataji, there are a lot of them who are open. They're saying Ila Mataji and all of them. They're saying our videos are open.
I've seen whoever is reacting, but there are 28, 27 people who are attending class. Yeah, so I want to see their reaction. So because these are very, very important things to understand, that why are we, so we understand that Krishna is there inside us, but we have forgotten. Right? Now, why we have forgotten? We have forgotten because the world is full of very attractive things. When we take birth in this world, we get attracted by people around us. We get attracted by beautiful house or beautiful scenery or money or a beautiful house or a car, and then we start desiring. Oh, my neighbor has, I also want. Oh, my relationship people have, my friend has that, and I also want. So the entire life, what are we doing? We are just desiring. I want this, I want this, I want that. So all our concentration is where? All concentration is on these little things in life. This long list of things that I want in my life, my full focus, my full attention is only on, is how to get those things. That is why we don't remember Krishna. Sometimes Prabhupada would say that it is very good that, people who don't have money. Because if you don't have money, then at least you will think of God. So sometimes not having money is a big blessing, because if you're having money, then you're constantly worried about how to spend that money, or somebody, a robber will come and steal my money. Somebody will break into my house and steal away things. So a poor man has nothing to worry. But we are not saying that a person, a devotee or a Krishna conscious person should be poor. But what we are trying to understand here is that, more things we are attracted towards, more difficult it is to remember Krishna. Okay, so we are all originally Krishna conscious. By birth, we are Krishna conscious. But unfortunately, when we come in this world, our consciousness or, our soul becomes impure. So I in the class, I used to give an example that, if a son goes away from father, because, he wants to go to America because the life is so beautiful. People think that life is so wonderful there, big, tall buildings, neat and clean city, and there's so much of money all around. So the son goes away. and then he forgets his bonding with his father. That father has given birth to him. His father has taken care of the child. He has brought him up. But because the son is so attracted towards the outer world, he moves away and then he forgets his father. So therefore, Krishna creates this world. Why? Because we want to enjoy. We don't want to enjoy with Krishna. We want to enjoy away from Krishna. Like the son forgets his father and moves away, and he wants to enjoy away from being father. He wants to go away from his father and want to enjoy separately in America. Similarly, we also forget Krishna, Supreme Father, when we get attracted by this material world. Right? So do you know and now understand why we forget Krishna? So we forget Krishna only because we don't want to enjoy with Krishna. We want to enjoy away from Krishna. Actually, people who don't know, people who are new, or maybe people who are old but they don't know, Krishna actually is present in spiritual world. There is actually a spiritual world which is present, and Krishna, the kind of leelas that he used to do as a small child in Vrindavan, stealing butter and playing with his friends, and all those activities actually are still happening in spiritual world. Actually, they're happening. It is not an imagination. So, but we don't. So, if our plan is that if we come out from this cycle of, we come, take a birth, and then we die. Again, we take a birth because I want to enjoy away from Krishna. But somehow by chanting, if I'm able to break this cycle, that again and again taking birth in this world, then we can actually go back to Krishna and enjoy with him. Imagine you all are transported to Vrindavan and Krishna is there, and you're actually sitting with Krishna and you're eating food with Krishna, how Krishna's friends used to eat. Or some women who are there, maybe you can take the role of a mother of Krishna. Maybe you become Krishna's mother and you try to feed butter and sweet things to Krishna. Or maybe you become girlfriend of Krishna and you dance with Krishna. So Krishna actually is present. It is not an imagination. Krishna is actually present in spiritual world. So our aim is that by chanting, we become free from our sins. And when we become free from our sins, there are no more desires. My only desire is that I now want to go. I don't want to enjoy in this world. I want to go and enjoy with Krishna. So when that happens, you will stop coming again and again in this material world. You will stop taking birth after birth. You are very fortunate you've got this human birth. But next time, no guarantee whether you will get an animal birth or a bird birth or a tree birth. No guarantee. But chanting is a guarantee. If you chant, then you can at least get a human birth. And as I said, you can continue from wherever you have left. If you have studied till class 5, you can begin from class 6 in your next birth. Whatever little balance you have, Krishna transfers it to the next birth. So it's a slow process. But if you want, you can go back to Krishna even in this birth. By doing everything to please Krishna and not to please yourself. How do we do that? We offer food to Krishna, we sing for Krishna, we stitch clothes for Krishna. If there's an opportunity to serve in the temple, we go and do service in the temple, or if we have a Laddu Gopal, we give a bath to Krishna, and we make bhoga for tasty food for Krishna. So now we are going to office. So what you should think, okay, what should I buy in the market today so that I can make a tasty dish for Krishna? So So that money, that the money you are earning, money is material. But why are you earning money? So that you can please Krishna with that money. So then constantly what you're doing, you're constantly only thinking about Krishna. Right? So am I able to make you understand? And why do we, forget Krishna? Is because there is so much of attraction around us. And we are, when we come in this world, every time we're thinking, oh, this is my house, this is my wife, this is my dog, this is my car. So what we are doing, this mine is what? The moment we die, the body goes. So what will the soul enjoy? The soul cannot enjoy without a body. So why we are getting this body is because we want to enjoy these things. But the moment body is not there, we cannot enjoy anything. What will the soul enjoy? We are constantly only bothered about my body, my house, my thing, my that thing, this thing, my car, my bank balance, my job, my wife, my children. So what we are supposed to do is, when we start depending on Krishna, when we start trusting Krishna, like for example, I'm going out for work. What should I, we always tell us, okay, we tell our wife, come close the door, I'm going out for work. At the same time, you can also think that Krishna, I'm going out, I'll be back soon. Because he's there in your temple, in whatever small temple you have in your own house. Krishna is sitting there. He's alive. You can tell him, go there for 2 seconds. Oh, Lord, I'm just coming back. I'm going out to buy some vegetables. So that way you are constantly connected to Krishna. In small things in your life, you are connected to Krishna. What would you like to eat, Lord? Today I got these vegetables. So from the, whatever you feel from your heart, yes, I should cook this for Krishna. So always, when you're feeling sad, talk to Krishna. When you're feeling happy, show your joy to Krishna. If there is something wrong going in your life, don't think that, oh God, you are so selfish. I all the time light a lamp. I always offer bhoga to you. I always remember you. Still, you are giving me these problems. But now that you're all attending these classes, you all should understand that we are getting these problems because of our own karma. Because we have done something in our past life that we are getting paid for it. So there is no point in blaming God about it. God is only giving you the result of what you did in your past life. God is not unjust. And if you think, oh, my neighbor is so sinful, he is doing such sinful activities, but he is prospering, he is so rich. So my dear friends, he would have done something good in his last birth, for which he is getting the result now. But wait for some time. If he is doing something bad, he'll get paid for that also. It is just a matter of time. And you who are suffering, you did something bad, but you are good now. So your goodness will be paid in the next birth or after few years. So see, God law or God's discipline is very good. His calculation, he's very just. He's not unjust. So even what I'm trying to say is, if you are going through something bad in your life, just turn to Krishna and say that, thank you, God, you are giving me this problem, because by giving this problem, the sins that I had done are all getting deleted. I'm cleaning my sins, because these problems you are giving means all my sins are getting slowly washed away. So if you think like that, then God also will be very happy that I am testing this person. by giving him so much of problem, and yet he's constantly remembering. As in many classes, I give the example of the Pandavas. So much problem the Pandavas went through. Draupadi, for many years, they did not have a house of their own. So much problem they went through, yet they did not leave their faith in Krishna. So we all have to go through a set of problems, but we should always try to, remain connected with the Lord. So when we share our joys and sorrows with Krishna, and instead of depending on our friends and relatives, if we start trusting and depending Krishna, because whatever Krishna does, it is for our best. We might not think it is for our best, but Krishna knows that yes, I am doing for the best. So when we start trusting and depending completely on Krishna for everything, instead of our friends and relatives, when we share our joys and sorrows with Krishna, when we start serving Krishna, and above all, when we start regularly chanting Hare Krishna, then, I said that this our relationship is not active anymore, it is inactive. It is inactive relationship, it is there in all of us. So that inactive relationship will become active when we start doing all these things. When we start serving, when we start depending on Krishna, when we start trusting Krishna's decision, when we start offering bhoga, when we start chanting, then what will happen? That inactive relationship, which is there by birth, even if you don't belong, even if you're not a Krishna conscious, even if you're remembering some other god or goddess, any other devata, that relationship will become new. That relationship will become revived. Like how an insurance policy, if you don't pay, it becomes lapse, right? It expires. But our relationship with Krishna never expires. Like how we pay a check and the policy renews. Similarly, we chant and our relationship renews with Krishna. So if you want to renew the insurance policy with Krishna, you have to chant and you have to establish a very personal relationship with Krishna. Actually, Krishna is very, very personal. If you worship Krishna as a child, he will respond to you as a child. If you approach Krishna as a lover, he will approach to you with a lover. So the way you show your desires, same way Krishna will also respond to you. And now that very soon, Janmashtami is coming up, so we must understand that Krishna took birth. Why? Because the sins grow very, very high. The sins increase so much that in order to protect his devotees, Krishna comes himself. So Krishna can send anybody. He has a powerful army with him. In terms of all Devi Devtas, he can appoint any Devi Devta and they can go and kill the sinful people. But Krishna comes personally because he wants to interact, he wants to connect with his devotees who are suffering because of some bad people. So if bad people are troubling good people, so Krishna comes not to kill bad people. Krishna comes because he wants to personally meet all those good people who are remembering him. His main purpose of taking birth is to connect with his devotees. So this is what we did in week 4. So I would like to ask you that couple of things I would like to ask you. why has Krishna given this process of chanting only in Kali Yuga? Not why in other Yuga he did not give this process of chanting? Who would answer this question?
We're still waiting for the hands, Mataji.
I'll repeat the question. The question
No,
is...
they have understood the question,
They've
Mataji. I asked
understood.
them. Uma is trying to answer. Maybe she's saying... Maybe he was holding it for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay,
and waiting it for Kali Yuga to start and then give it.
But why? Why in Kali Yuga? Why he's given it in Kali Yuga? What is so special about Kali Yuga that only chanting works? Yes, Madhura?
No, it's not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is it Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Reason?
No. Why I'm asking is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave in Kali Yuga chant. Why he gave chanting only? Why not anything else? Why no other process?
Is it because of okay, no, Advaita Acharya and because of their penance during
No,
during
people
the
are not
Kali Yuga
understanding the
time?
question. The question is that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Kali Yuga? Why not other yugas? What is so special about this yuga? Why only chanting? Why not any other process?
Madhura Mataji is trying. So, in the earlier yugas, we used to be meditating for so many years. In the next yuga, we were doing havans, and then in Dwapar Yuga, we were doing temple worship. And with all these yugas, our age kept reducing. And we started Hare Krishna in Kali Yuga, right?
Yeah, correct. Why? She's right. She's on the right track. Why only chanting?
She says that it was because of we were fortunate that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Kali Yuga time, and that's why he gave it to us.
Okay, so the answer, my dear friends, is again and again I'm repeating that for this age, Krishna gave chanting only because there are 2-3 points. One, people don't live for very long life. Their life is very short. Okay. People are not very intelligent that they will do some very difficult activities. People are less intelligent. And above all, people do not have time. So Mahaprabhu gave chanting only for Kali Yuga because people don't have time to do anything else. Do you all have, you all are struggling with your chanting? Mataji, I have to go for work. I have to attend to my family. I have no time for chanting. So Mahaprabhu gave this for Kali Yuga only chanting because people are not intelligent, people are sinful, people have no time, they have no interest in other spiritual activities. People find it very difficult even to go to a temple. So chanting is a very, very easy process. So Mahaprabhu understood that people will not be so intelligent. If I give something intelligent to do, they cannot do. So he gave a very simple process. And that is just chant wherever you are, whatever condition you are. Don't take a bath. Don't change your clothes. Don't go out. Just chant. Because in this Kali Yuga, people cannot do big ways. They cannot do any big activity to understand God. So understanding God, Krishna or Mahaprabhu gave a very simple process. You sit at one place or you move around, you sit in a bus, you sit in a car, you sit in your house and just chant. So all of you, will you remember this point? Why only chanting in this yuga? So now till night, till next class, I want you to always keep this point in mind. Don't forget, keep telling yourself, keep teaching yourself that yes, Mataji said that in this age only chanting works because we don't have time to do anything else. We don't have the intelligence, we don't have a long life. We live for a short time. So now I want you, whatever I'm now, revising all these things, I want all of you to keep teaching yourself. Make it in points, make it in your language. Keep, or in your language, you can put it in a notebook, or if you have a marker board or a pin-up board in your house, or a chalkboard, you just write these points. If you cannot write, then keep reminding yourself.
Mataji,
that
there's
is
one
why,
hand raised
yes.
by Kala
So that is
Mataji.
why I'm again and again saying, please watch the sessions, watch the previous recording, because these 5 weeks that we have done Bhakti Vriksha, I'm revising all important learnings. Please watch the recording so that we can move further. After Janmashtami, we will move further from week 6. So please watch the recordings, okay? Promise? Thank you. So I'll keep asking such questions. I want to test how much you're understanding. Okay, we can ask the questions.
Namaskar, Mataji.
Namaste.
So on the 8th, I think she is saying August 8th, Mataji, there is, I think, some festival celebration in ISKCON. I want
8th.
to serve anything which can be done. 8th, Mataji, 8th, she's saying. August 8th.
August 8th is
18th,
Ekadashi
Mataji.
and
18th, Mataji. 18th August.
huh?
18th
18th,
August,
18th.
Mataji.
No,
18th,
18th,
1
we
8.
will just be preparing for Janmashtami 9. Yes, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. 18th, as of now, I have no information. All the service is required from 19th. So those who are living in Chennai are welcome. I will post you separately for coming to the temple and do some service on 19th only, no other day. And also a good question. So any of
Saying
you
she'll
who
be very happy to accept any
yes,
kind
no,
of
no, definitely.
service.
I will be calling.
She's never been,
Anybody
she does,
else?
Mataji, sorry,
Sorry,
Mataji.
sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
She's saying that she hasn't ever experienced what is service. She would
Yes,
like to.
please. Yes, I'll be more than happy. I'll be there I'll be there from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock in the temple. And so I will be calling, I will inform Kala and Kavita and, Vidya. Anybody else who's in Chennai and I'm not aware, there, please let me know.
Mataji, she's saying that, yeah, Vijay Mataji. Oh, Vijay Mataji is in UK.
Yeah,
Mataji is in
she's
UK.
gone to UK.
And so only Kala
okay,
Mataji and
anybody
Vijay.
else?
Sorry, your voice is breaking, Mataji.
I don't know, there's some problem today.
Okay, no problem.
Anybody else who is living close to the temple? Anybody else who's living close to the temple and
Which temple,
in any
Mataji, are you
city?
talking about? ISKCON Temple, Chennai?
Yes, if anybody of you who are living close to ISKCON in any city, please let me know in advance. I can coordinate with devotees in that ISKCON temple and you can go and do service in that temple. If any of you are living close to ISKCON temple in any other city. So please inform me. I can arrange that you can go and do service there.
Mataji,
Yes,
how
Mama.
to inform? She's deaf. She doesn't know how to inform. Should I inform a
They can
hearing
send me a
person?
video in their language. They can write or sorry. They can inform Ganesh also. I think Ganesh can also inform me. If Ganesh Prabhu can help, he can also take requests from devotees and I can coordinate for them.
Ganesh Prabhu can do that, Mataji, no problem.
Okay. So anybody interested in going to temple, please inform Ganesh about it. Which temple you have to specify so that I can talk to a person who is there. We can move on to next question.
Hare Krishna. Any person, if they have this doubt that this connection is already there as soon as we are born, if somebody asks, what proof do we have? What do we say?
Whether the connection is there.
Correct.
See, it is a very subtle thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I'll try. For example, we all, when we are about to do something wrong, suppose you're trying to cheat. Okay, so has it ever happened with you that there will always be one voice from inside telling you not to do this? Suppose you're trying to steal some money, there will definitely an inner voice telling you, stop, don't do this, it is not correct. So that consciousness, that person speaking from inside is the Paramatma. So if you read Bhagavad Gita, if some day, fortunate day, when we start reading Bhagavad Gita, you'll see when Krishna tells Arjun that I am, I am like sitting inside your heart, just looking at you, what you're doing. So actually, it is confirmed by scriptures that there is a Paramatma. He's there residing in everybody, in all creatures. So that is one way of understanding that yes, Lord is there in all of us, and it is, but we don't hear. We shut that voice, and we continue doing our bad activities.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. We can take some new people. Bhavani Roy is there. We'll try to see.
My name is Bhavani Roy, and this is my sign name. I'm from West Bengal, East Singhbhum. I'm from East Singhbhum.
That's okay. Please ask the question.
Burdwan, East Burdwan. Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am, this is just my observation. Mataji, I've observed that people, who chanting, there are lots of people I see, just like a friend of mine, but they are still, they're angry, they scream at people, they're irritated. They are not, peaceful or haven't changed these habits. Why is that?
Yeah, because see, a very good thing that you asked. One is, it is definitely a very slow process, and not everybody is so. It is said that when we are chanting,
Just give
it
me
is a
1
big.
minute, Mataji. There is some audio. Mataji, yes. Please go on now.
Yeah, so already we are like a kindergarten child. We are like a small nursery children. So not necessarily that those who have started chanting have become totally like a pure person. So we are all in a process of purifying ourselves. So when we have anger, we have greed, or we have lust, I understand that they are bad things, and by chanting slowly we should become purified. But it doesn't happen overnight. It is said that people spend years and years, and they even move on to another birth, and yet they do not become purified. Why? Because the yeah, that is why I'm saying, for the hearing people, it is very important that we should hear our chanting. How do we become clean from anger, or lust, or these bad things? When we hear that chanting. But now if I'm just doing a lip service, if I'm just chanting by mouth but I'm not listening, then there is no use of that chanting. So anyways, to remove all these negative qualities, it takes years and years of practice, and lot of devotion and lot of sincerity in our practice. It doesn't come like, even I'm chanting and I'm also accepting that even when I'm chanting, my mind is also distracted. Similarly, when to the deaf people, when you chant, try to keep a picture so that your mind does not go here and there.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Namaskar. I wanted to ask about, I think that chanting is really important and it is very beneficial for us. And I have had some experiences that during chanting, I feel so Mataji, he's saying that when he's chanting, basically using the japa mala and doing the oration, it it so if he feels a difference when he is chanting along with the japa beads and also mouthing the Mahamantra, it takes him more time and it is slower and it also is more effort requiring, instead of when he keeps the japa mala and signs Hare Krishna only and mouths the mantra. So, Mataji, can you suggest?
See, for people who have hearing problem, both are fine. Whether you are doing on japamala or you're doing on hands, both are fine. But actually, why we take a japamala is all our energy, all our good energies are concentrated in those beads. And that is why we put it in a bag, so that
Sorry, Mataji, can you explain the concept of good energy?
Good energy means see, it remains pure.
Mataji, I sorry, missed you. Your voice is breaking.
I said it remains pure.
It being the Japamala?
Japamala. So the japamala remains pure when we keep it in a bag and we give it strength. How do we give it strength? By our chanting. So actually it is said that the beads are, at the moment you are pulling the beads, you are actually pulling Krishna towards you. You are actually pulling Krishna towards you like a rope. So all your, I don't know how, all the good, it's difficult to make it understand. Sorry, 1 second. See, the flower has smell. You cannot see that smell. Similarly, when you are chanting and you're touching the beads, all your good energy, all your good, you're trying to attract Krishna through your chanting. Like the smell of a flower will attract honeybee. Similarly, when you're holding beads, you are attracting Krishna towards you. You're pulling Krishna towards you. And so, see, because when you're doing it in your hands, you wash hands so many times. But when you put it, when you touch the beads, you feel that you're actually holding Krishna's feet. Or you're pulling Krishna towards you. So that thing does not come on your hand. So that is why, doing it on beads is always better. But if you're having some health issues or something like that, you can sometimes do it on your hand also. But it is always suggestive and always better to do it on beads.
Mataji, sorry, just for my interpreting sake, health problems, you said they don't need to use.
No, sometimes, as he was saying, that he feels breathless and it's a lot of effort that he has to put. So in case sometimes if some problem like that is there and he can do it on hand, otherwise try to make it a practice, even if it is coming slowly, even if instead of 3 rounds, he has to chant 2 rounds slowly, then, he should pray to Krishna that may, whatever we ask from Krishna, Krishna will give. Especially about chanting, Krishna will really give it very fast. So please tell Krishna that please bless me that I am able to chant more number of rounds. You can sign your question and send it to me, please. I'll try to understand and respond to that question. Because I'm also slowly practicing, so I'll try to understand your question. Sign slowly and send it to me. If you can write, very well. If you can't, then slowly sign and send it to me.
Okay, Mataji, I can take just one more question.
Please tell them that just one more question. Madhura is there.
Madhura is there and Madan Prabhu is also there.
Nandini is there. Bhavani's we have done. Vineet we have done. Madan can also send his question actually. I'm supposed to reply to his old question also.
He says, Mataji, it's a new question. So he can type it.
Please, that'll be great, because he's already
Sorry,
connected to
Mataji,
me by
can't hear
WhatsApp.
it.
He can type and send it to me. No, I said he's already connected by WhatsApp with me. He keeps sending me. So he can send it to me, type it and send it to me.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She's talking about the she's very happy, Mataji, to see the photos and the Jagannath paintings which are drawings which are there. It's so beautiful. Very, very glad and makes her so happy. And it increases her motivation to practice her japa and keep connected and associated. And
Wow. Thank you so
she
much.
says
Thank you
that
so
Hare
much. I'm so
Krishna to
happy.
all the people. And Anutama Mataji and Saurav and all the dear friends, happy Friendship Day to all of you. Also, with Rakhi and the other festivals, hopefully there is more inspiration and excitement in you to pray to Radharani and Krishna. She says that during the rain, so she bought Rakhis for her brother. Oh, and she wanted to send it to her brother, and she has kept the address of her brother. Oh, she was unable to find it. She was unable to find it, and at night she started doing the japa and prayed to Krishna that please give me the address. It's my brother, I want to send it. And she got it, and then she sent it.
Wow. Hari bol.
So
Excellent.
it's very powerful. Thank
Very
you so much, Mataji.
powerful.
It is
Definitely. That even I have experienced. If I lose something, I definitely sometimes my children lose something and they're looking for something and I desperately need it, and then Krishna arranges it. And really it is very, very powerful. The chanting, although we should not ask for material things, but sometimes there's no harm in asking. Sometimes we do ask Krishna for material things, and it is very, very powerful. Definitely. Thank you for sharing, and I'm very happy that she made a very brilliant effort of involving school children in that painting of Jagannath. So I wanted to have a colored picture of, if children have colored that Jagannath picture, they can share with me. I was really happy that the way she involved school children and made them paint Jagannath. So I was really pleased.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So can we
Madhura
end
is
for
there
the day,
for-
Mataji?
Madhura,
Mataji, 5:30, I have another session.
ask if she can post it to me. She can write it.
Yes, Mataji, she can do that.
Can you just drop a message to Poonam Joshi? She's supposed to send me her address for couriering Japa Mala. I sent her a message. I don't know if she's understood that message or not.
Poonam Joshi is Madhura's friend?
No, she's there in the class today also. Poonam Joshi. Yeah,
Yes.
she's
What
raised.
about her, Mataji?
She asked me that she wants Japa Mala and she wanted to send her address. I've sent her a hi on WhatsApp. So she is supposed to send me her address. She can send it to me. I'll post the Japa Mala to her.
Sorry, Mataji, she'll do that. She has been really busy. She will send her address.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. So let's chant. Madhura, please send your question. I'll be waiting for your question.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Saurabh.